Good morning, everyone. Today is 20th of May, Friday afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining at Magenta Trade. And here we are, as always, with our regular YouTube live program, the Watchlist. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how to participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you'd need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from movement of share prices every day. However, the market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. But let's have a look at some of the disclosures. Quickly let me share my screen so that I can show you the presentation, and we start here. All our discussions at Magenta Trade are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investment. My apologies there. Sorry, there was a bit of technical gap. I'll start again with the disclosures. All our discussions at Magenta Trade are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Option trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risks. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. For more disclosures, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. Now, a few words about me quickly. I've got more than 15 years of experience in trading stocks, ETFs, futures, options, currencies, and many other things. I've turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching. And recently, we have formed the company Magenta Trade to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. I have experienced immense potential of trading options based on stocks and ETFs, and I help you understand how they might help you build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. Excuse me. My apologies for the break once again, but you have not missed much. I'll start again from where I left. Okay, let's get started with the earnings report that we have gone through today, and probably some of them I'll go through live with you. So first one is Applied Materials. It's in our watch list. Applied Materials reported their second quarter April 2022 earnings of $1.85 per share on revenue of $6.2 billion, whereas the expectation of was around $1.9 per share with a revenue of $6.5 billion. So the stock is currently down by around 7.26%. Revenue has grown by 11.9% year-on-year basis. The company said it expects third quarter earnings of $1.59 to $1.95 per share on revenue of $5.85 billion to $6.65 billion. And that is one of the reasons why the stock is currently down. In general, the market is trading down as well. And that we will look into shortly, I mean. The expected earnings from the market was around $6.75 billion for the quarter ending July 31st, the third quarter forecasted that we just spoke about. Okay, in terms of other details, Applied Materials generated revenue of $6.25 billion on GAAP basis. The company achieved gross margin of 46.9%, operating income of $1.89 billion or 30.3% of net sales, and earnings per share was $1.74. The company generated $415 million in cash from operations and returned $2.01 billion to shareholders, including $1.8 billion in share repurchases, and $211 million in dividends. Okay, in terms of some other numbers, GAAP EPS of $1.74 and non-GAAP EPS of $1.85, up 22% and 13% respectively year over year. Okay, so that's applied materials. So let's move on to the next one, Deere and Company. Deere and Company reported second quarter, April 2022 earnings of $6.81 per share on revenue of $13.4 billion. The consensus earnings estimate was $6.65 per share on revenue of $13.1 billion. The revenue overall grew 10.9% year-on-year basis. The company said it now expects a fiscal 2022 earnings of $7 billion to $7.4 billion, or earnings of approximately $22.72 to $24.02 per share on annual basis. The company's previous guidance was earnings of $6.7 to $7.1 billion earlier, and earnings of approximately $21.65 to $22.94 per share. So there's an improvement on the earnings per share, but revenue is overall expected to be down. The stock is currently down by more than 13 or 14% almost now. And looking into other details, net income attributable to Deere and Company was $3.0 billion or $9.72 per share, compared with $3.01 billion or $9.55 per share for the same period last year. Net sales and revenues increased 11% to $13.37 billion for the second quarter of 2022, and rose 8% to $22.939 billion for 6 months as such. Full year earnings forecast increased to $7 to $7.4 billion, including special items. Market conditions and industry fundamentals support continuation of robust investment. Okay. Any other expectation? Okay, so that's more or less about the stock, and the stock is currently almost down by 14%. The last one we have in our list is Booz Allen Hamilton Holdings, BAH. Reported their fourth quarter earnings 2022 of 86 cents per share on revenue of $2.2 billion. The consensus earnings in the market was about 83 cents per share on revenue of $2.2 billion. Revenue grew 13.1% year on year. The company said it expects fiscal 2023 earnings of $4.15 to $4.45 per share on revenue of $8.78 billion to $9.12 billion. The current expectation was around $4.5 per share earnings and revenue of $8.96 billion for the year ending March 31st, 2023. In terms of some other details, net income increased by 23.4% to $466 million, and free cash flow for fiscal year 2022 was $656.6 million as compared to $631 million in the prior year. The company currently employs nearly 29,500 people globally. Okay, so that's about the earnings of Booz Allen. Let's see what's happening in the market today. quickly. So yet another drastically bearish day for the market. S&P 500 is currently down by 1.78% or by 70 points. Dow is down by 453 points or 1.45%, and NASDAQ is down by 308 points or 2.7%. Now looking at S&P 500 in terms of in the chart, where we stand is, I'll go a little bit back and we'll see the other support level that I have been talking about for some time now, and it is 3594. So currently it is the index is away by only 250 points, you can say. So another 250 points and we'll be at the major support level there. It probably will coincide more or less with our support level with this channel, maybe, or maybe the channel would be coinciding with this 79.1 level in the Fibonacci index, in the Fibonacci retracement, 78.6 level, 78.6 level. 78.6 level is 3594 itself. 61.8% level is actually 3842. So it's already beyond that 61.8 level. So it has breached that 61.8% Fibonacci retracement from the previous high. Now the question is how far below it can go. No idea, but I feel that this 78.6% retracement level or this major support level at 3594 could be the next level for S&P 500. Currently it is trading in the bearish channel, and officially it is entering in the bearish zone as per the analysts as well. So that's where we are in, and there are multiple factors on this: inflationary pressures, a rate hike, then of course Ukraine war, China, COVID restrictions, China logistic issues, and poor earnings guidance and a forecast by a lot of companies, including the all the consumer durables, retails company, the tech companies, everywhere it's a negative outlook there. And of course the cryptos are also down in terms of money supply in general. The people are probably withdrawing their investments like ever, I would say. And there's a strong selling environment, or the recessionary factors that are growing. Whether we are already in official recession may not be, but there are clear signs of recession that's happening, looming around. And that's probably the outlook, I would say, at this stage. In terms of performance, S&P 500 has lost more than 7.86% over a year, and this year in 2022 it has lost now 19.65%, which is almost approaching 20% now from the January hike or January high mark. In the 3 months itself, or in this month itself, actually, in 1 month itself, it is down by more than 14%. Well, I am quoting all these numbers from this trading view software, so I'm not calculating myself. And as you can see, the 52-week low was 3810. So we are very much in that area. Today's bottom touched that 3810 level. isn't it? Yeah, today's bottom touched the 52-week low. So S&P 500 is officially at 52-week low now. Wow. Let's see about NASDAQ to understand more. In terms of NASDAQ, our major support level we were discussing earlier. Let's see where that was, something around 9,847. So that is away by around 1,150 points, which is just around 10% away from today. And today in NASDAQ also it touched the 52-week low. In terms of NASDAQ year to date, the loss is about 29.15%. And in terms of 1 year, it is down by 17.7%. In 1 month, it has lost 17.61%. So that's a massive loss in terms of NASDAQ there. Dow is down by 344 points, and that has also touched the 52-week low today. So all the major indices touched 52-week low. Gold is up by 0.15%. Silver is down by 1.05%. US oil is down by 1.16%. Cryptos, even though I'm not investing there, it's Bitcoin is down by 4.3%, again below 30,000 levels, and Ethereum is below 2,000 once again, and it's at 3.8%. So those are some of the market-related numbers. Let's go back to individual stocks and let's have a look at what's happening in some of the other stocks, other than those we discussed about in the earnings report. Advanced Auto Parts in the expectation of its earnings results on 23rd of May, currently down by 8.22%. So that is one thing. The other one was I wanted to discuss was Palo Alto. Palo Alto Networks, it is down by, sorry, it is up by actually 8% today. In terms of yesterday's close after the earnings report, I guess. So yesterday, after market hours, the company reported earnings of $1.79 per share, whereas the expectation was $1.68. As you can see, 6.7% surprise. Revenue was up again, and the revenue was $1.38 billion. Let's look at some of the other financial numbers. As you can see, quarterly, the revenue has been consistently higher as such, just below the previous quarter, but other than that, quarter 4 2021, quarter 3 2021, it's all above that level. And let's see overview. So the revenue is that's a third quarter, and that was reported yesterday. And as you can see, the revenue has been consistently rising. The earnings per share is also almost rising for the last 4 quarters or 3 quarters as such. And in terms of net income, it is almost on the verge of profit there, and profit margin has been increasing. So those are encouraging numbers. Market cap is currently at $46.36 billion. Okay. So that's Palo Alto Networks, and the shares are currently up by 8%. Previously, it was probably more. It was around today's high was 492. Um, Yesterday's close was 435, so 60 points. So almost 15% up earlier in the day trading. Okay, so that is good. The other company that I would like to discuss is Ross Stores. Ross Stores, the opposite here, their earnings were, let's discuss it, 97 cents per share, whereas the expectation was $1 per share, and revenue was $4.33 billion. So in terms of overview, as you can see, the earnings have been consistently declining. The revenue is more or less, volatile there. It's not consistently increasing. So this quarter, in quarter on quarter basis, it's definitely declined. And in terms of profit margin, it has actually increased from 2020. This is annual basis. Okay, let's see quarterly basis. Yes, the profit margin is declining there as well on quarterly basis. In terms of income statement, gross profit is $1.25 billion. Operating income is $491 million. And pre-tax income is $473 million. That is down by 6%. Okay. So let's move on to the next one, applied materials, that we already discussed. Sorry. Match Group. So there is some news about Match Group. Match Group stock is now up by only 0.5%. Earlier it was up by more than 1%, I guess. And they announced that it had reached a temporary agreement about payments with Google parent Alphabet. The deal stops Google from forcing Match to use Google Play billing for its paid products and allows apps such as Tinder to remain in the Google Play Store. So they won't use the Google Play billing system. Okay, so that will probably, they will save some money there. There is another major news, SIGA Technologies. Let me have a look at SIGA. The company got an approval from FDA for their drugs TPOXX, and that shot the company by 30% today. The stock is up by more than 30%. And if you see year-on-year basis, it is significantly, like in last 1 month, it has shot by 56% almost. Wow. So that's in 1 week itself, it has grown by 50%. So that's how it is. In 3 months, it has gone up by 81.5%. Well, I don't know whether any more room left on this development, but we can look into some more details. Meanwhile, Eli Lilly, another stock we added in our watch list, let's say LLY. That will be quicker. Eli Lilly has gained today by 4% after the Committee for Medicinal Products for Human Use in Europe recommended approval of the company's centrally authorized treatment for adults with severe alopecia areata. The company expects additional regulatory decisions in the US and Japan this year. Another company that announced their earnings today is Foot Locker. Let's look at Foot Locker, what's happening in their earnings earlier today. So the earnings per share is $1.60 and revenue was $2.17 billion. Negative surprise is 1.12%. In terms of their quarterly numbers, gross profit is up by 1% from $711 million to $718 million, and maybe year on year that's also up. Okay. In terms of operating revenue, it's $193 million, which is down by 23% quarter on quarter. Okay. Overview, the revenue has been declining, the earnings per share has been declining, and in terms of profit margin, that has also been declining for the last 2 quarters. So the share price has actually increased to 3.8%. Okay. That's good. Okay, there's another news. Hewlett Packard, HP, 8%. It's down by more than 8% earlier. Now it is 5.4% down. Bank of America downgraded the stock to neutral from buy. Okay. So that is a significant, for the last 3 days, it has been declining due to that reason, probably. Bill.com. Okay. Bill.com holdings. The stock is currently down by 1.16%. However, in earlier it was up by 1% than yesterday's close. JP Morgan initiated coverage on this stock with a buy rating. So that is the reason there. VF Corporation. So that stock is up by 4.6%. So let's have a look at their earnings results. So earnings have lowered, and in terms of quarterly, the profit margin is also reducing. The revenue has declined. Overall, quarter-on-quarter basis, the gross profit has increased by 17%, and operating income has increased by 19%. So those are the key things probably for the market, and that's why the stock price has increased on that one. Okay. Other company, Deckers Outdoor. Let's see. Deckers Outdoor is up by 11.6% currently, beating estimates on the top and bottom lines in the recent quarter. So let's have a look at the financials there. Earnings per share, wow, surprise is 92%. Earnings is $2.5 per share, and revenue is $736 million. Surprise is 15%. Okay, so that's the reason the stock is up. Total revenue is $2.5 billion, and revenue is up by 19% year on year. Gross profit is up by 25% to $1.33 billion, and operating income is up by 55%. So that was on annual basis. Quarter on quarter, it is actually 254%. So that is impressive. Okay. Okay, let's see. So those are some of the news items there. Let's look at something else. There's new disease spreading around the world is called monkeypox. And health authorities in Europe, the US, and Australia are investigating a recent outbreak of monkeypox cases, a rare viral disease typically found in Africa. Germany on Friday reported its first case of the virus. And in the UK alone, cases have doubled since the first. It was identified on 7th of May. It's a rare disease caused by the monkeypox virus, part of the same family as smallpox. Okay, so it's not cases can be occasionally severe. However, health authorities stress that we are not on the brink of a serious outbreak, and the risk to the general public remain very, very low. Okay, so that's about the monkeypox. Other news, anything else, I will let you know. Okay, now in terms of there is a another news which was not financial as such, but it impacts financially, I guess. There is an allegation against Elon Musk of Tesla that SpaceX has paid $250,000 to settle a sexual misconduct claim against Mr. Elon, which he has declined. Okay, now let's see how much Tesla stock is doing on that news, or that may alone may not be the news. The stock is currently down by 10% today almost. Wow. And it is almost reaching the 52-week low. That's severe, I would say. See, it's almost reaching the level of below the split, I would say. This when did the split happen? The split probably happened here, maybe. No, it's last year. It happened last year. Announcement was probably somewhere here, 658 or something, and then it shot up based on the split news. Right. So after maybe 26th of July, yeah, it started to rise there based on the news of the stock split. Right. So that's Tesla. Let's come back to the current level, and it's probably reaching the 52-week low there. The volume is significantly higher today than the past 5-6 days. So if you see the average volume for 10 days is 32 million shares, and already today's volume is 40 million shares. So the volume is significantly high, which drags down the price further, and it's already in the bearish territory, and it's further going lower. Okay, let's look at individual shares now. We'll probably look into some more details today. Advanced auto parts, we already discussed. Apple. Shares are down by 2.5%. So even though there are two positive news from Apple, one is this, as you can see, iPhone demand for Apple is still high in spite of issues in China. And the other positive news is that Apple has probably demonstrated their new VR, virtual reality, and augmented reality headsets to their directors ahead of a formal announcement. So that is something very positive news, I guess, and that would be a new product line. So the market would probably welcome that when it becomes official. But let's see how it plays. We'll go back to the list of stocks there. Accenture is down by another 1.3%, and it touched the 52-week low today there as well. Analog devices down by 1.9%. Akamai Technology is down by 2.2%. Applied Materials we have already discussed, and it's already at a 52-week low. Ambarella is down by 4.5%. AMD, after rising for many days, for the last 4 days previously, now it is for the third consecutive day it is down. However, it's already in a negative trend zone, so that was probably expected. Amazon is down by 1.5% today, confirming that it is below that support level. Arista Network is also down by almost 1%. Let's say Digital Turbine is down by 5.7%, and the volume is 2.3 million shares. So probably it will touch the average volume there, which is 3.32%. Their earnings is approaching 31st of May. So that's Digital Turbine. Activision is more or less flat. It's down by 0.8% in line with the general market today. American Express is down by 2.3%. Bank of America is down by 3.3%. Best Buy is down by 3% ahead of the earnings. Earnings is due on 24th of May. It's a 4 calendar days left for that. Okay. Berkshire is down by 1.3%. Bumble is down by 2.7% as well today after yesterday's rise. Blackstone has actually risen today in terms of close price, but yeah, but I'm not sure why exactly. Citigroup is down by 1.5%, even though there was an earlier news of Berkshire acquisition. So after that, it rose. Now it is back to not exactly back to the level, but still it is significantly down. DocuSign is down by 5.9%. Dell Technologies is down by 5.4%. When is Dell's earning is on 27th of May. Okay. Probably it will have the supply chain issues as well. Google is down by 3.3% today. So that is massive. And GoodRx is down by 4.6%. NVIDIA is down by 6.5%. Upstart is down by 15%. Wow, it's 15%. Yeah, so that's more or less all the companies, and probably we will do a review of this trading view chart. The software, basically, it's not only charting; there are much more there, and I will probably take you through there, and we'll discuss what are the benefits of using trading view chart. So look for the analysis over the weekend or maybe early Monday morning. Thanks a lot for joining today, and hopefully the market will have some good signs next week or maybe in the coming days. But as of now, it is still in this um, frustrating bearish zone. But in anyways, enjoy the weekend and rest of the trading day today. Not much is left now. And we'll see you on Monday then. Thanks a lot for joining, and I always appreciate your feedback. If you like the video, please do subscribe. And you can also follow our other social media channels, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, where you can get more regular updates. Thanks a lot for joining, and wish you all the best.